What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick on this Monday to give you a little bit of motivation, a little bit of information. I want to talk to you about values, especially when you're dealing with personal branding. Your values are very important. You're trying to lay out a course for your life or set goals for yourself. You really have to ask yourself before you can do any of those things. And that is, what are your values? And from when we're looking at it from more of a metaphysical, spiritual energy point of view, people who oftentimes deal with obstacles when it comes to their values, when it comes to astrology, and you're looking at your natal chart, your values are represented by that second house. So that's your values and your self-worth are interconnected at that second house. So when people have planets or certain aspects with that second house, it can raise for certain things to trigger that person psychologically in reference to their values, because it may be something that they have to work through, something that they have to balance out. And that's because that's all that our astrology chart really tells us. All it's doing is just letting you know what are you more prone to from a psychic standpoint, like what those every planet represents a certain aspect of yourself. So any types of aspects that we deal with those planetary alignments within our own charts shows us what type of archetype we dealing with psychologically within ourselves, what type of things we may struggle with. It can provide us just with, answers as to why I feel this way about this. So a lot of those things can be brought to attention by just doing energy work, by just developing yourself, by becoming more self-aware. Know thyself. Everything for me always goes back to know thyself. And whenever we're looking at numerology, in terms of numerology, when you're dealing with values, you're dealing with the number 9, because you're dealing with integrity. You're dealing with something that's higher than what may be physically manifested. So with a 9, we talking about what you value, because it's about what's in your heart, following your heart's wisdom, not necessarily what goes on up here. Because let's say that a person has a job offer for a job that they don't particularly really care for. They don't really care for that type of job, or that type of work. But let's say the pay is very good. It's more pay than what they are currently doing. The question then becomes one of heart and mind. Do I take more money, or do I take what really makes me happy? Because that goes back to values and what a person truly values. Now, if a person just values the money, then of course taking the money will be that's a necessary sacrifice for them. But if a person makes that decision not based upon their own values, but basing it upon, okay, I need to make this amount of money to be considered successful, not necessarily even considering what it does or anything like that, you're going to you're not going to be content with it. You're still going to have stress, and that extra money is not going to be worth the peace that it causes you. That's why we have to be in tune with our values. That's why we got to be strong at our core. That's why we have to truly know who we are and be in tune with who we are. Because when you do, then you're going to make the decisions that's best for you. Not necessarily, there's no best decision. It's about what's best for you. Because what may make sense for somebody else, it might not make sense for you. And that's all right. You see what I'm saying? Naturally, we will tell people, just because you can play basketball, that don't mean basketball is going to make you successful. But you look at somebody like LeBron James, basketball has made him very successful. But LeBron is following what he loves. He's doing generally something that he loves. So that's what we have to take into consideration when it comes to values, when it comes to the things that we choose to pursue out here in our life, the opportunities that we choose to seize. This going to determine whether you're content or not. And when you are deciding to get out there and start that business for yourself, what type of business are you going to start? What are you passionate about? What is it that you feel the most happiest doing? What makes you feel proud? What is it that you enjoy doing from your heart and it doesn't feel like an ounce of work? That is the key. That is the goal. Now, it's not a very easy thing to obtain. It's going to take a lot of time to reflect on yourself, of course, and to do the necessary self-work and the necessary healing to ensure that you are truly following yourself. But as I stated, there's means to do that. There's spiritual means of doing that. And that's what our ancestors used to use. Our ancestors had nothing but the stars and the numbers and the planets. And that's what they used to come to terms with things and to, describe energy and stuff like that. So, if you want to get more in tune with yourself, know more about your astrology chart, know more about your numerology, and to get more in tune with yourself and just do activities to help you come to the realization of what your values may be, then you can always schedule for a reading for me. I do intuitive reading sessions. They're $40 for an intuitive reading session. It's more so about guiding you to your own answers that you have within yourself. As a holistic psychologist, pushing you in the right direction, giving you activities to help you to come to realization of some of these things that you may be coming to terms with in your life, because we all struggle with it, we all do it, and we all grow up in environments that are pushing us to conform to the ideas of society, and those philosophies just may not be fulfilling for us within. And that's the only thing that's truly going to make you happy, because happiness is an inside job. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.